That toy life. To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.
What's up? You know, like, something interesting I've come across. So y'all know, like, if you were to, from how long y'all have known me, would y'all say I lean more toward DC or Marvel?
DC. I feel like me and you are similar in the fact that like we probably fall like the Marvel movies are really great, but we just lean more towards reading DC comics.
Yeah. I think I'm dipping my toes in some DC or Marvel reading now. I'm going to. I'll show y'all later what I'm talking about. But and it's strange what inspired it. I got the new. Well, it's not exactly new. It came out last year, but the Marvel Avengers game. For PlayStation and the Xbox. But I got it for PlayStation 4, and I played through it. As a game, it's pretty good. It's got some good parts. But the parts where it's just obvious that they're trying to, make money with microtransaction type stuff, it kind of falls flat there. Story is actually pretty fun, and it got me interested in two characters I never really cared about before.
Let me guess. Ms. Marvel,
yes,
Kamala Khan, and I don't know, Hulk.
Kate Bishop.
Oh, okay. She's in it.
So, yeah, she's in like so after the main story ends, the base game, they have free story update, like free story continuations. So the first story continuation is following Kate Bishop trying to find Clint, the first Hawkeye. He's been missing. And then in the next story after that, you get to play as Clint, after she's found him. It's
okay.
Yeah, so I've been digging that. Now, I was not expecting to really like Miss Marvel as much as I did. And so I to the point where today I was at Books A Million and I found this on sale in the clearance section.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's $5 and it was like the first 11 issues of the
Okay.
Start of her story, so I could start from the beginning. And also I got Hawkeye with Kate Bishop. I wanted to start Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run. I've heard good stuff about that.
That is so good, yes.
Yeah, I've heard about that. So I'm trying to find that. I couldn't find any books so I may have to look online. But yeah, I'm digging. I'm kind of wanting to get into that area of it. The kind of smaller heroes that haven't been too much in the movies yet.
Right. No, that's pretty good. I mean, I want to play that game. I've you're talking about playing the Avengers game, and I've been wanting to play that, and I haven't gotten to yet. But me and my wife did get the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we've been playing that.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. I'm just going to say it's great. I'm playing it on the PS5, and it's like the story is great. The action in the game's great. I mean, I guess it could be. Some people could say it's a little repetitive at times, but I don't know. It's because you combine like with everything, like all the story, this change of scenery, like all the different things, all the puzzles and things, and I don't know, you just have fun with it. And then the combat system's really great because you're centered around Star-Lord, but you actually get to control like all the other team members, Rocket, Groot, Drax,
kind of like as a leader, kind of like direct.
Yeah,
around.
so you can basically on every enemy you can command like Gamora to do a particular attack on this guy, and it's all because everything slows down while you're doing that. So in the heat of battle, you could just be kind of giving out commands and helping them to fight and clear out people a lot quicker. So it's real fun. And then you turn around and there's moments where like you could it's like a meter, I'm sure, that fills up, and once everybody is taking a beating after a certain point, you fill up a meter, and you can hit a combo button thing to it basically calls everybody into a huddle, and you charge them up, like you give them a speech, and then everybody gets powered back. Like I think you regain all your health, and plus you're powered up or whatever, and then they play a song like from your playlist, like it could be I don't know, some Motley Crue song or
I did see,
whatever.
Yeah, I did see one of the ads. It was like they were playing Motley Crue's. Oh god, Kickstart My Heart.
Yeah. I was gonna say because
I
I
can't
was
wait
gonna
to play
say
that game.
it's great. I mean, the soundtrack is crazy. It's really good. I mean, they they assembled like a lot of good like 80s and 90s style track. I mean, mostly 80s. I feel like there was some 90s stuff though, but mostly 80s style stuff. And then there's like a band, they have a Star-Lord band in the game that they created music for. So it's like, it's kind of like a glam band type sound, like Motley Crue or something. It sounds kind of cheesy, but it's pretty cool. I mean, but yeah, the action, like I said, you're controlling everybody around you, and you would think it would be kind of like just chaotic on the screen, and you wouldn't be able to see what you're doing, but it's actually pretty simple. And not only that with combat, but you're in like environments and like puzzles and stuff. You're commanding people to do stuff, like you may get Drax to move something, or Groot to create a bridge, or Gamora cut some stuff down for you. So it's just really neat how you interact with the team, and the space combat scenes. Like you actually get to fly the ship and stuff too, and it's pretty fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So overall, it's just like one of those, it's kind of like Jedi Fallen Order, where it came out of nowhere, and it's like just an all around good game. Like every aspect of it's like well done. Like, I mean, it's a little rough around the edges, but it's a solid 8 out of 10. It's just
nice.
It's like a really good, fun game to play.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait. Tammy got it for me or is getting it for me for Christmas because, it was $25 yesterday. Black Friday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I was going to say, I got it for a decent deal, when it came out, but I mean, that was still $40 compared to 25. So, that's
so
great.
here's a question real quick, Ash, since, you're much more well-versed in Marvel than us. So before Guardians of the Galaxy became, a big hit with the movies, James Gunn. So the whole idea of Star-Lord, very much centering a lot of his kind of love, or not like love, but personality stuff, has a lot of love of 80s music and stuff, or 80s culture and stuff like that. Is that a completely James Gunn thing, or
I think that
any of that ever?
I'm not super big on knowing a lot about Guardians of the Galaxy. It was never one of the books that I read, but I believe that's totally a James Gunn thing.
Yeah, it does do it, for going into it fresh, because this was that was a property that wasn't very well known at all.
I'd heard of it, but
we'd heard of it, but it wasn't very well known. So, yeah, I'm really kind of wondering, like, what Star-Lord was like before that happened, because makes me wonder. Did Gunn come in, thinking like, I'm going to add this flavor to him to kind of make him a lot more accessible and approachable and relatable for people to latch on to as a character? And it worked. It worked in spades.
I think that's
because the his first scene, in the very first movie, he's coming up on the the little ruins of the planet, and he just kicks on, come get your love, and just like I remember sitting in the theater, everybody was just laughing. And there's
that's total James Gunn.
Yeah,
right there.
So what we got in toy news today? We come up.
I was going to say, in relation to the comics, you were saying you were reading Marvel. I've been reading. Me and my wife has been reading Fables, which has been crazy.
That is good too.
It's a great series, but it's wild. Like, I mean, there's certain stuff in there where you're like, good God, it's twisted, but it's a good story. I mean, it's got a lot of ups and downs. I like the
how far along are you? Like, what volume are you?
I'm on volume 5 now, I think. What is this? I just finished volume 4, so I'm on volume 5 right now. Okay. So the parents, there was the big fight because I'm bad on names, but the girl, the woman, the main woman in the story, because she works and while, not Snow White. Did I say Fables? I meant Saga.
Oh,
Fables.
Yeah, you
said Fables. You've been saying Fables this whole time.
Fables. Yeah. Well, I get them too mixed up now. We read Fables. Fables was great, but Saga, we're reading Saga right now.
Oh, okay.
And Saga's good. Sorry.
Yeah, Saga's good.
I still have not read Saga. I think I've got the first volume. I think I found it, or the first issue I found for free at some point. But yeah, I need to read
Fables. I was going to say Fables. Speaking of Fables, they've got the Batman and Bigsby comics out right now. I think my wife's reading. So
oh, really?
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, like crossover. They got Batman with the werewolf guy.
Huh.
Yeah,
and I mean they're detectives, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, and if you really enjoy the Fables universe, you definitely should check out The Wolf Among Us. Season 1.
Yeah, I was going to say I've heard it. I think I have that. I think I have it. Yeah, I just never played it.
Yeah, season 2 I think is still it's in development. Last I heard it was
still. Wow.
Well, it got announced. I mean, it got announced. I think around I can't remember, but it's considered still in development. I don't think I've heard any confirmation that it was ever dead or anything. Telltale has kind of been revived, and they're taking a new approach. They're not going to be doing episodic releases anymore. They're going to be doing, all in one, stories now, when you get the game, it's going to be all complete. You're not going to be waiting a couple months for the next episode.
Well, that's good too.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Ashley, you said you're getting back into like Masters of the Universe and stuff. Do you like He-Man and all that?
Oh, no, yeah. I'm not necessarily getting back into it, but yeah, I do like He-Man.
Oh, I thought you were collecting the toys. I was going to say I was at Target the other day and they actually had Castle Grayskull. Like it looks like a reproduction of the original Castle Grayskull.
Dude, I want to so bad. I don't have the money to spread out everywhere.
It makes me think of like the Ghostbusters Firehouse, and I know that they're going to re-release that at some point because they've re-released everything else so far. Like they've been putting them all back out, and the car. I mean, and they're at really good price points. Like the car was $30, so
really?
Or something like like 29. I mean, that's perfect for the Ghostbusters car and stuff. So it's only a matter of time before that Firehouse will drop, and I bet it'll be below 100. And then the collectors will be like, because they make two or 300 easy off an open Firehouse, missing parts.
Man.
Wow. So,
did you go see? Did either of you see Afterlife yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
I haven't been to see it yet. I want to see it.
I don't want to give you any spoilers because that movie. Did you enjoy though? It was fantastic. It's a love letter to the Ghostbusters fan. I say because I've read bad reviews. I've read because I didn't try to read any spoilers. I just wanted to kind of gauge the reactions, and I noticed that the critics are like, and the audience is like, it's amazing. So it's one of those kind of movies. It's made for the Ghostbusters fans. Yeah. But I think regular audiences will love it too because it's just number one. It does something that I feel like Ghostbusters. The original Ghostbusters did, but didn't mean to. But with this movie, it's more like it's intended, but it worked. But with the original movie, you're a kid and you want to be a Ghostbuster. In this movie, it's actually more kid centric, but it's really accessible. Where you're not just like it's not a pandering movie. It just feels it's like an all encompassing. I think it's great for everybody, for the whole family, especially like if you have kids, especially if they're 8 and older, I'm like, man, take them to go see it because they'll probably end up being like, man, this was good. Really? But it's just if you're a big fan of Ghostbusters and a fan of the universe and of the lore and everything, it totally plays in the sandbox of all of that. Good. And so that's all I'll say. To me, it was a big hit, a big success.
I'm looking forward to seeing it because I'm 99% sure I'm gonna love it. But God, like I know one person, like an old friend of mine from college on Facebook. It's almost expected how he reacts. Sometimes it's almost like he has a checklist of how he wants to react to things. Like it's like he's got to get brownie points from everybody. So like he's
hope you're watching.
No, I doubt it. He got mad at me for calling him out for whining about Suicide Squad. No, he said something along the lines of like, it was basically just saying, you can't like this new Ghostbusters movie. This is before it even came out. You can't like it if you were one of those people that hated on the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. Now it's like,
no, that's not true at all.
It's just like, it's two completely different beasts. And also
totally.
I've tried to watch the 2016 one and the biggest problem I see with it was it just felt like a bunch of cobbled together improv scenes, where it's just it doesn't take itself
seriously at all. It's totally goofy.
Paul Feig had too much fun where it's almost like he wasn't even paying attention to making a good story. Like Bridesmaids was fantastic. That was why he was reined in with that script, because there's a great script written by Kristen Wiig and oh gosh, what's her name from she wrote it with her from Barb and Star.
Barb and Star.
I'm
slipping on.
I'm forgetting her name.
Moment.
But yeah, they co-wrote it, and that was a good cohesive script, and he stuck to the script for the most part. There were probably a few improv scenes, but when you're stuck, but with the new Ghostbusters or with that Ghostbusters, he just kind of,
Andy Mumolo, by the way.
Yeah.
Andy Mumolo.
You can hear in commentaries, he would say like there were 40-minute takes. Seems like, wow, I wish we could have had those 40-minute takes of them just having just improv and left and right. I was like, that's not.
That's what the thing is whatever they improv or whatever they did for the final cut, they picked the wrong cuts. So let me go back through the footage and let me see what they have, because it was whoever got final cut, it was terrible. And that whole concert scene needs to be redone, because the band was terrible. I don't know. It was just there's so many things wrong. But no, the new movie definitely redeems the original. So yeah, I was going to say the way, because like you said, with the 2016 version, it's totally goofy. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's like a parody. It's like this feminist parody where they're like, women good, men dumb, and that's the whole movie.
Well, I feel like they could have I feel like there was an easy layup to just continue. They could have just easily done a continuation where they were kind of, someone picks up the pieces, kind of like what the base idea of what the new one is. You're picking up the pieces from the old guard, and they had an easy layup. They could have done that, and they chose not to go with it because they wanted they wanted these girls to be the ones who created the technology, and it's like, well, that's where it doesn't make them any lesser if they didn't create it. They could be the ones that improve it. They add new stuff onto it to make it better. But that's how the movie business goes.
No, it's how it goes. But it definitely, like I said, this movie redeems it. It's what they should have done. It's just a really good way to continue and take the franchise into the future. That's all I'll say. But respect the original and keep it in the universe, like play in the sandbox. It's just that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say anything without giving it away, but it's just, oh my God. By the end of it, I'm like, I want more. I'm like, give me more. But anyways,
does it leave open the door for more?
Totally. It's
obviously.
Obviously,
yeah.
It's a self-contained. What I mean though is I don't want to act like, oh, they're just setting it up for a sequel, because it's not that. It's a self-contained story. Like I said, it's if anything, it's an epilogue or a wrap up of the first movie. Yeah. It ties up everything, like especially in the first movie. But there's references to the second movie too. But it really definitely ties up things and elements from the first movie in a way that makes it where there's closure, but then it opens up to now that there's closure of this story. All right, that was a story. We still have this universe. We have all these other characters in this universe to play around in, and we're not just bringing Ghostbusters back just to tease you, and then we're not going to do it. It's a self-contained story, but the way they end it, the way they wrote it was so that it's set up to definitely have a future.
So they did Star Wars correctly, basically.
What do you mean?
What The Force Awakens should have been.
Basically, it's because there are, when you watch this, you'll feel there are rumblings of Force Awakens in there, where you're because there's elements of reboot, there's elements of because you see in the old with new and all this, all these throwbacks and Easter eggs and all that, but it's everything is so tied into the original stuff. But it's also, it walks its own line. It's its own beast, and it's just and then when it comes to actually playing with the IP, It's in my opinion, and this is coming from a Ghostbusters fanatic, totally respectable, and totally gives you, in the end, it gives you what you wanted and leaves you wanting more. It leaves you respectfully going, thank you, I want more. So that's why I'm saying it's just a beautifully done movie. That's all I'll say. It's just a really well done Ghostbusters movie. Yeah. Now some people may watch it and be like, nah, I thought it was kind of lame, and I'll tell you why. Blah 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 blah. I just don't see it that way. I felt like it was just such a well done, like just a like it was it just has a great feel to it, good vibe. I even read and because this is really one of the only reviews I read like any detail on, was they said it's not funny. Like this is actually they're like, and it's more like E.T. and Stranger Things than Ghostbusters, and it's actually not funny. And I'm like, what were they watching? Because it's totally the exact vibe of the first movie, where there's there's a lot of drama to this one. But there's a lot of humor to break it up, but not goofy humor where you're just like, slapstick.
More dry humor.
It's dry humor and like some gags and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's that classic dry humor that we that we loved from like Ramis, Aykroyd, and Murray, and just that you get all that. And one more thing, and I'll shut up about this movie, but I think it couldn't have been done without the main girl, McKenna Grace, like her playing that character.
She's a great actress.
She totally, because I've always said that she's got a star quality to her, and she's definitely got a future. With this movie, she totally carries it, because I'll be honest with you, Finn, in Finn Wolfhard, he's cool and all. If it wasn't for her, I don't know, he would have struggled. He was kind of whatever. She's so good, and she's going. Spoiler alert, she's Egon's granddaughter.
Well, I couldn't tell that from the trailer.
But she's so good at playing that kind of a character. Like that there's that DNA in her, but she's her own kind of beast. Yeah, she's just such a good character. She's so cool.
It seems like, I with Finn's character, from what I saw in the trailers, it seemed like it was going to be more her, because she's going to be, it seemed her personality of what we saw was going to be the more driving.
Yeah, he does play a good older brother with his own problems. Like he's kind of, it's like both of them. I like it because they're both changing. They're both kind of having to step into this whole new world in their own, because they're having to move to a new place they're not familiar with. So you're seeing her and the way she processes things versus how he is, because he's more normal, right? And he's just like the older teenage boy, and he's learning to drive and getting interested in girls. So he's having to cope with all that stuff. So he does a good job of that. He definitely does a good job of bringing that element. But man, she kills it. She kills it.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you, man, it really does. It makes you want to just. You'll want to watch it again, but it's one of those things where you're like, you just want to be a Ghostbuster when you're done.
Yeah, the two things I saw her in before that really made her stand out to me, and I thought, she's gonna be great in this one, was Hill House. Obviously, if either of you've seen Haunting of Hill House, because she played.
I've seen pieces of it.
She played the kid version of the character Theo. And Troop Zero. It was a little comedy movie that came out last year with Viola Davis and Jim Gaffigan. Great little comedy, very wholesome, very sweet movie. It's very, very good.
I don't remember that.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's basically it's like this little Girl Scout troop of misfits, and she's in that, and she's in the group because she's very kind of spacey. Like, she's just like she's a great little character.
I think the real question is, why are you watching a movie about Girl Scouts?
I saw the trailer. For Troop Zero because they were doing it at.
He probably thought it was a reboot of Troop Beverly Hills or something like that.
No, I remember the trailers kept catching my eye, especially it had a great cast: Jim Gaffigan, Viola Davis. How am I forgetting her name? Anna Faris's mom in the sitcom show. Oh God.
Oh yeah, you're talking about now you ask.
How am I forgetting?
Not
name?
Jane.
Not Jane Liv. It's not.
No, not Jane. I was gonna say no. It's not Jane Lynch.
Not Jane Lynch.
It's Janie, Allison Janie.
Allison Janney, yeah, she's in it. Yeah, it's got a great cast and it's a really sweet little movie. Yeah, if you ever could check it out, it's a fun little movie to watch.
Yeah, that was one I had heard about. I haven't seen it, but I wanted to watch it, especially Jim Gaffigan being in it. I love Jim Gaffigan.
He does a great job because he's her father and he's a widower, kind of a pro bono lawyer, and he's just he's just trying to get by in the movie. So he's not very, he's a very loving father, but he's kind of absent because he just stays so busy. Also, because I think he's dealing with grief. So she's keeping herself busy by getting into the Girl Scout stuff. So it's got some heavy things, but it's dealt with so sweetly.
Sweetly?
Sweetly.
Every time I hear that, and the way you said that, you sounded like the Munchkin guy from Wizard of Oz, where he's like, somebody, what was it? And we respect you, oh, so sweetly.
But that's it about that. So, yeah, I'll see Ghostbusters soon, hopefully this week, maybe.
Yeah, no, it just happened because I had a busy week and weekend, and then on Sunday, my wife was like, it was like she got up. We got up early and was like, hey, you just want to go see if we can catch Ghostbusters? And so we just caught like an early showing of it. And because otherwise I thought I was going to be like you. I was going to have to wait and catch it and just stay off the internet and not read any spoilers. But it's I'll tell you though, man, it's weird that it's been so long, like it's been delayed. But they played it was an old trailer, but they played Top Gun. And it just made me think like, God, I can't wait for that because that's going to be amazing to see in theaters because just the jet footage, it's just like the movie could be garbage, but I just want to see that jet footage because it looks like it's going to take your breath. Like as good as it looks, and plus they are playing around in my favorite jets. So like I love F-18s. So I'm gonna be all over it.
Here's a question then for Ashley. Top Gun when it was out in theaters. You remember when it came out in theaters, right?
I do.
He was in line for it. He was buying his popcorn. He had the tape. He had the soundtrack on tape in line. He's just
no. I the sunglasses on.
I did not go to the theaters. I did not go to the theaters to watch that. I did. Watch it maybe a year later on Showtime or something.
Well, yeah. Well, not so much
soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, not so much you see it in theaters, but I was going to ask. So I always heard this it seemed like an urban legend to me, but was it true that when this movie was out, like at the theaters, there were like Air Force guys like sitting at tables, like trying to get people to sign up for the Air Force, like after they saw the movie?
Yeah, I wouldn't remember that. Yeah, because like I said, I didn't go.
Oh, or like in the news or something like that. Nobody ever.
Yeah, I remember.
It would make sense though, because think of the way you did have to market back then, because you didn't have social media and the internet.
I mean, this was in the Reagan years
you would
too.
do things like that.
Well, I mean, what year was Top Gun?
It was 86.
Yeah,
86. So yeah, that was full in the Reagan, the Reagan years. So they had no problem doing some, Air Force propaganda.
Dude, military was huge during that time. I mean,
Red Dawn
was big. Yeah, Red Dawn, Rambo, Chuck Norris.
Military machine.
Yeah.
It was a patriotic
I
time
remember
for sure.
Top Gun when Top Gun came out, it was like the biggest thing ever. I just remember everybody telling me, Top Gun, and the music. I mean, the soundtrack was just like hit after hit after hit. So the soundtrack played like all the time on the radio. Just songs off the soundtrack. And yeah, I remember I used to watch Top Gun like all the time. I recorded it on the VCR maybe off of Showtime or whatever movie channel we had on cable, and I just watched it over and over again. I don't know why. It was a good movie, but I have no desire to see Top Gun 2.
Why is that?
I'm just not a big Tom Cruise fan anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is with Tom now. It's weird. Like he's relegated now to his movie, like Mission Impossible. Like I wasn't a big fan of the Jack Reacher movie, but I mean, because it was just basically like another Mission Impossible. It was good, but forgettable, I guess. I'd probably watch it again one day if it come across. I just don't see myself seeking it out. But to me, it was like he finally became he served the purpose of the putting all into the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah.
But this movie in particular, like you said, like I don't normally you wouldn't care about a sequel to Top Gun, but after seeing the trailers and the fact that they really paying attention to like the cinematography of the jet fight, like doing it for real and all that, that's the part that I'm really excited about. It's like I'm sure there are people that are like, oh my God, the next Tom Cruise movie. Like, I don't care if it's Chris Pratt in it. I just want to see these freaking jets in action on the big screen. It's killing me.
Yeah, I think I'll see it. Just not. I'm not going to pay money to go watch it. I'll wait for like HBO Max or Paramount Plus or whatever it comes on.
Speaking of IMAX, have any of y'all noticed or taken advantage of the changes they've made recently on Disney Plus, where they've updated the Marvel movies?
Yeah.
If I don't know. I hadn't looked at. I mean, I've watched some Marvel
not interested in that kind of stuff.
But I hadn't Do you have to click on a different option or something?
I think by default they might give you the IMAX version because it's not every movie. It's select movies. Okay. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I assume if your TV's compatible,
I think all TVs should be compatible because it's just IMAX format, so it's just the aspect ratio.
I was thinking about 4K, I guess,
Yeah, but no, it'll just change the aspect ratio, and so we watched Shang-Li in 4K IMAX, which was great.
Shang-Chi.
What did I say? Shang-Chi. Excuse me. Shang-Chi. We watched Shang-Chi, which that's right. We haven't talked about that. So me and my wife finally finished Shang-Chi.
Yeah, and we watched it too finally last weekend.
Oh my God, that was good.
Fantastic.
That was really
fantastic
good.
film.
I'm biased because I love I love kung fu movies anyway. But it was a well done kung fu movie.
I will say this, and I'm not even going to say this is a fault against the movie. It just makes me wonder where to next. But man, the escalation of how big the movie got by the end, it made me want it almost seems like they blew a trilogy in one film.
I do wish in the next movie,
what's next? I'm curious.
I just hope in the next movie they take a breath and focus even more on the martial arts. Like I would like to see some mind blowing martial arts scenes in the next movie.
And deeper care, deeper flesh them out more. Yeah, I mean that they were great though. Yeah,
no, it was good. And Andy, oh Lord, hold on,
Simu, he was a great lead. He was an amazing.
Simu obviously was good. Yeah, I will say though he was a good lead, but I feel like he's got a little ways to go. Like I don't know about range, but he was all right. He was good.
That's his first movie, so that was his very first movie. So I thought he did pretty decent.
Yeah.
I was just going to make sure I'm getting because a lot of times I'm getting my people wrong, but it is Tony Leung. Tony Leung of in this movie. I have never seen him speak English before. And he was amazing. He sounded crazy, and he sounded. I mean, good. Like he sounded. I don't know. He sounded scary. Like
his dad.
Yeah, his dad. I've never heard him. I've always heard him speak Cantonese. So it's just to see him speak English, not only speak it well, but sound like menacing. I don't know. There was a menacing aspect to his voice that was like he could play like a badass villain. I know that was a good villainous role he kind of played, but I mean a true. I'd like to see him play like a real true villain with an American speaking role.
He played a pretty fascinating villain. I really enjoyed it because it was. I like the idea of having this villain that he started as a villain, and then he put it behind him because he found a better life for himself, and then grief pulled him back into it.
It awakened that.
It's like a tragedy. It's like a tragedy. It made him a very tragic villain. I really like that.
No, for sure. No, that I thought that was a great. And then on top of that, like I said, the action was great because of the fact that I thought the cinematography was really good. So the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, I really like the shots in this movie. They did a good job with blah blah blah. And then I wait after the movie. I'm reading the credits, and it says William Pope, and I'm like, wait, William Pope, Bill Pope? I'm like, Bill Pope did that?
He did cinematography work.
Yeah, he did the cinematography as William Pope. He's never done that. It's always been Bill Pope, but in this movie, he credited himself as William Pope.
He's wanting people to see if they can catch it.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I saw the Matrix shots, so don't sit there and lie to me like that.
Right.
I'm like, I know that I have an eye for that kind of stuff. I'm like, it looks so good, and sure enough, Bill Pope was the one that shot it. So anyway, I thought that movie was great. They've got apparently they've got Iron Man, Iron Man 2, a few others. We started up Iron Man because I didn't even know that Iron Man had an IMAX version. So I don't know. I'm excited because there's some of them that we'll get to watch in IMAX, but I think when we watch like Guardians and 1 and 2, we'll probably watch those in 3D. But I don't know. Me and my wife are gonna try to go through them again.
So here's a quick question. There's probably no answer yet because this might be a purely MCU thing. Ashley, do you have any ideas of what that beacon from his rings might be calling out to?
I have no clue.
I wonder if it's
because that whole the ring thing is new to Shang-Chi.
Yeah, because they were finger rings, originally in the comics, but now they were changed to be God, what were they called? It's a type of arm gauntlet ring. There's a term for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's not Shang-Chi from the comics. Inspired by the comics, but not anywhere near. Now, I think Marvel is trying to lately move him in that direction, but not originally. He wasn't, he was just a detective from. Yeah.
Well, also they're trying to also embrace the Asian culture of the character without coming off as stereotypical with it, which, there are a lot of things from the original comic that were very, stereotypical that would be eyebrow raising for a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, Mandarin's original look was that they wouldn't have been able to get away with that.
Or even the villain in Shang-Chi, which wasn't Mandarin. Mandarin was Iron Man villain.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi had Fu Manchu or somebody as the villain.
Which was his father, I think, in the comics, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mixture of the two. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And we got to see Trevor again.
Trevor, yep.
I was so glad to see him. I remember hearing him being in the cast because that was a great thread. I remember the Hail to the King, probably one of my favorites of the of all the Marvel one-shot stories. Yeah, I think that one was one of my hands down favorite ones. And I was very glad that we got to see kind of like a coda to his story, how that ends.
Oh,
because it didn't seem too good for him at first from how that ended.
It's he was funny though.
He was great.
He's good comic relief in that movie.
And the whole idea that he was spending all those years thinking that the little Morris was just a figment of his imagination. It's just
you can see him too. You can hear him. You can hear him. Yeah.
That was great. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to more of that. Yeah. And I'll show you how much I enjoy that movie, and when we get to our halls later.
And also, I guess before we leave from movies, has anybody watched the Home Alone remake?
I started.
Home Sweet Home Alone.
I did.
You know what? I'll give you my honest opinion. I actually thought it was pretty good. Like it was in terms of me and my wife actually laughed really hard at most of it, and I think the worst part of the movie was the throwback to the first movie. Like when the Buzz scene came on.
I heard Buzz has a cameo there.
Yeah. Buzz has a cameo in it, and I'm like, cool, great nod. But I'll be honest with you, it wasn't even needed. They shouldn't have even had that.
No, it wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. But it was
not at all.
Cool.
It was kind of. It took you out of it a little bit. It was like we're going to take a break, and he's going to have a monologue where he basically gives us the plot to the first movie.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
But it was stupid though. It didn't.
What I didn't like was watching it eat. Watching that Joker eat.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was dumb too. I didn't want to see him just eating a burrito. I like though that they were trying to keep him like you just hate Buzz on a new level. Yeah. They're like now he's an adult, so now he's just this disgusting piece of crap.
I watched the first 15 minutes of it so far. I need to go back and finish it. I didn't just like stop and say no, I can't. I had other stuff I was doing.
Yeah. I think overall, people will, I could see people having an opinion either way on how the focus of the movie is mainly on the villains, and you having sympathy for them. So I can see how that can make or break the movie. But I guess we must have took ourselves out of that. Like we just came to the fact that, okay, we're not watching a Home Alone movie. We're just going to watch this funny Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't lying. I must have just like let it just take me, because I'm telling you, man, there were moments in that movie by the end of it, I'm like gut busting laughing.
Well,
like
we did too. We did too while we were watching it. It was funny.
See, 15 minutes in, so I can't give a whole opinion of the whole movie, so I don't know how it all turns out. But man, I hated that kid in the first 15 minutes, because the whole catalyst of the plot was because he's a little petty thief.
Yeah,
he steals from them, and he steals a $200 heirloom. I'm thinking like, you little crap, you deserve your house to get B&E'd. You deserve it. He
deserves a little bacon and eggs on his
the second I saw him, the second I saw like the moment where he's thinking about it, I was like, you little SHI iced tea.
Yeah, you sugar honey iced tea. I agree. It's just. God,
I mean, you want to kind of make him, you want to make your kid hero a little more likable. Kevin was likable, because you could kind of relate with his kind of like, he was very much an underdog feeling. He wasn't actually going out and doing, he wasn't going out and stealing like the snowman, the shovel or, snow or something like that. He didn't like steal.
Yeah, the heart. Well, that was the difference, though. With the, I will say that's why, because the difference with the first movie and this one is that the heart of the movie is Kevin in the original, so you're following the kid. In this one, the heart of the movie really is the criminals. But the kid is sort of like, he is sort of like the little shit that you don't like. He's not that redeemable, but it's just the wittiness of him. He's so funny, and I think him being British works too. And it's just, but the plot works. Like, I like how they set up this version of it is just a good setup, and it makes Pete Holmes an even better character. Like, he's just like, because I thought he was the dad. I didn't know that Andrew Daly was the dad.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have any. I will say, spoiler alert, he has nothing in this movie.
No.
I was disappointed.
He was there to commit. He's there to pick up a paycheck.
I think so. Like he's like a clean cut. Like,
everybody in that cast who was like, I swear, because I saw Keenan. I imagine that scene with Keenan Ivory Wayne, not Keenan Ivory Wayne's Keenan Thompson. Is that the only time we see him in the movie?
Keenan's a pretty heavy thread through the movie, actually.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of those that have like threads through the movie. Oh, and that's another thing. All the comedy cameos and stuff that are in that movie surprised me, because there's a lot of good people in this movie. So it's like I said, you could almost just say it's not a Home Alone movie. Like, it's just a Christmas movie. But it has, like, I mean, obviously it's a lot of it's even got the same music. It's basically just a reboot of Home Alone, but it worked. I don't know. It was hilarious. Like, the people was funny, but I think overall what it made me mad, because I'm like, I want more funny movies. I just want more funny movies. Like, I'm tired of all this PC crap. I want just something to take me out of it. I just, with that movie, it was slapsticky, and, because the theme was Looney Tunes and things like, Wile E. Coyote type stuff. I mean, come on, like, it's funny. It's slap people getting hurt. It's funny. So, like, I don't know. I just want to see more funny stuff. I want to laugh, because it felt good to laugh and not really, I don't know, like, and not think too much about it. It really was. It was kind of like a good way to take yourself out of it without having, because there's too many movies that either just make you think too hard or they make your eyes roll too hard.
Hey, the funniest part was when he got up off the ground and she took the VR goggles off of his head.
Oh God! Just having him have the VR goggles on, we are dying laughing, like screaming laughing when they put those goggles, because he's gonna wake up and not know where he's at. Yeah, spoiler alert, Ray. One of the traps is they like, while the guy gets knocked out or whatever, they put, like, he throws some VR goggles on him. He wakes up and he doesn't know where he's at.
He's on the cliff.
Oh my God! It's
pretty funny. It's pretty.
No, it is. Anyway, sorry, but that's my movie coverage.
All right, let's jump into toy news. Yeah, because
we have so much and so little time.
Yeah, we got hauls this week too. So,
well, I only just look at the news of the toy arc. Someone else might want to share with me, because my connection's a little unstable tonight.
I'll do the I'll share the tab itself here. We got toy guide here.
What have we got here?
I've been seeing this a lot though. That particular Battle Cat.
Really?
In Walmart.
I have seen none of the Masters figures.
So I see them everywhere in Target and Walmart. I'll tell you, in our Target, they have a ton of Masters of the Universe stuff, but also in my Walmart, we have a ton.
But like at Joe Fest, they had all that Masters of the Universe stuff everywhere, and they had it marked up to like ridiculous prices.
Crazy.
Ooh, love dinosaurs.
Dinos.
Also, speaking of which, quick little thing, did either of you hear about the new Jurassic World Prologue video that came out today?
I heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, my wife was watching it, but on her phone while we were at supper, but I don't know.
Interesting little like origin for somebody. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Speaking of which, I actually just pre-ordered her.
Yeah, I'm sure my wife will probably want her.
Not pre-ordered, but I got lucky and saw her on Amazon. She was not unavailable to order, and it was originally like if you order it, you'd probably get it around December 14th. And I had some gift card money saved up, so I went ahead and used that to pay for a good chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
And every day, after I ordered it, the arrival date kept dropping and dropping. So now it's shipped already now, and it's going to arrive by Friday.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to have Costco Reeves.
What's funny is my wife has she has a Baby Yoda Tervis cup, but it's not this one. It's the one with him in the blue macaron cookie or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pull up the Toy Arc one, because I don't think there's much going on here.
Yeah, this is more of just kind of some stuff.
Oh, I know. It's just it's like a recap. I know. I was just going through and looking at basically like sort of what's been coming out. That's what I got my wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have that. Yeah, and Ashley, you have ordered that.
The swamp thing that I'm sure my friend Justin's he's probably gonna have a bunch of, because he loves Swamp Thing, and that looks great. I mean, he's got that. We bought the what was it, the Mattel Comic-Con exclusive or something like that. Yeah. So, but then we also got the Toy Arc news that you mentioned earlier. If it'll pop up here.
What does AIPT stand for?
I don't know. Ours is potatoes and taters.
Aped. Oh, look at the cute Nendoroid. Skeletor.
Now this I just want a Darkwing Duck, man.
Negaduck.
That looks
Who makes that? Beast Kingdom? That looks
That's
cool.
really-
I'm not a
that's
big
a
fan
cool-
of Beast Kingdom.
I gotta say that's a pretty solid looking figure so far from those pictures.
Their DC stuff looks kind of, in the face, the sculpts, the face sculpts just look kind of.
I will say, like, when it comes to
That looks
exaggerated Disney characters like that, like, Darkwing Duck type characters, it's pretty hard to get the sculpts wrong unless you're really just not doing anything. Because
Dude, those Super 7 Ultimates figures are just so awesome. $50 a pop, Whew.
Yeah, they are good though. Even the packaging. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. I would buy every one. I can't afford $50 a figure.
Right.
So, and also next on that list is, I don't know if I'm going to order any of them, but I do like the designs. I do like Red Hood's design in Gotham Knights.
I'm out. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to actually pre-order any of them. If I were, it may be Red Hood and maybe Batgirl, but none of them are really catching my interest. I do like the design though of him in that game, Red Hood. But I already got it.
McFarlane didn't send me any, copies of the last batch of toys, so I'm not doing anything.
I'm ready for him to release the Schumacher-verse Batman figures.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be in the pipeline.
It better be. I've been telling my wife I want a Arnold Mr. Freeze. Pronto.
Maybe
I know it's a maybe. But I would be excited for this because I would definitely like to have a Salacious Crumb figure. I like this.
But it's a remake. They've already released that.
I know, but I've never gotten him.
I'm
sorry.
Don't ruin his dreams.
This is like perfect opportunity for the Rancor Keeper, and let's release this. We've already released a Luke Skywalker that we've released like a bajillion times.
So release.
It looks like they've improved his face sculpt, though, is what they've done. I bet. Again.
Yeah. So you have the Rancor and you have Luke. So you would have the Rancor Keeper, and who would you? What about his friend? Would you have his friend that consoles him after he
obviously because
his life partner?
That's better than Salacious Crumb, who has nothing to do with the Rancor other than
his goat partner.
Yeah.
Gets zapped by R2 and then that's it. And he just gets blown up with the skiff.
And did you see when they released the images or announced the Luke and the Salacious Crumb stuff, how the number of backers went down? Yeah, it went. I mean, seriously, it dropped by almost I don't know 500-600 backers.
I saw some people were complaining. I mean, this is incomplete stuff that doesn't really bother. Like, I have no stake in this one. I have no interest really in getting the Rancor. It's too much for me.
Yeah,
and I have nowhere I would even put that. That would just waste space in my house. But some people were getting upset because the mouth wasn't posable. Like you couldn't I guess the mouth couldn't close. It's just. Yeah. I wonder if that affected them. And I think it was like during the live stream when they were showing it off.
Yeah.
Is that is that an Agent Carter figure? Is that the one that's already come out?
Okay,
it's a statue. Okay.
Yeah. These are just
Iron Studios
statues.
Yeah. I saw her Game Reverse figure. I thought about getting it the other day. The Captain Carter.
I saw it too, and I didn't pull the trigger.
I'm actually also I ended up liking the character this much. I almost got Kamala Khan today at Books A Million. When I got the book, they had her Game Reverse figure there. And I was like, that'd be cool to set up.
Check your GameStops in the sales section because usually that's where she's at. Yeah. I mean, she's a relatively cheap one to get.
Oh yeah, she's on sale on Amazon. I've got her in my cart. So down the line, she's like $6-7 less than what she cost at Books A Million. So I may pull the trigger sometime soon, but just leave her there for now because I got enough stuff coming in.
That's cool.
Yeah, look at this, the party wagon.
It's another $450 toy.
Yikes. You know? What's funny though, speaking of this wagon, I was in Walmart the other day and actually they've re-released the original turtle van. Like it's just a reproduction of the original.
Oh,
but that is awesome. One of those. I mean, that is awesome.
Too.
But $450.
I know that is pretty wild for this $450. But man,
I gotta say, where was that shot of the end of the interior?
Yeah, I was trying to make my way back around to it.
That's what blows my mind of how detailed that looks. Like you can see the duct tape
on the seat.
Seats, look at that.
Holding them together.
I know this sounds silly, but I just love that fin right here, like the whatever you call this, the panel. It just that turtle
the spoiler
logo on it. The spoiler, yeah.
Spoiler.
And then the Ghostbusters sidecar.
Oh man, I remember it. Oh man,
that's awesome.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look, the detail.
It even looks better detailed. Yeah, so the seatbelts are raised. They're not just.
They even have seatbelts. Look, the stereo inside. I mean, that's.
Oh wait, is that an actual seatbelt that can wrap around the character?
I'm pretty sure it looks like you can right here. Yeah, it looks like you can.
Wow.
Pop them in.
That is great. And stereo. Oh man.
Yeah, look how it clips. You can see how it works right there. It's like a
little
it's like a little
notch,
different notches.
Yeah. Oh man, that's really cool.
Wow. Yeah, I want that. Ashley, can I have that?
Yeah. Here, I'll give you $450 for allowance, Austin.
Thank God. Because I was like, I can't afford it. But you know who can?
I'll give you $400 and you pay the other $50.
All Valley champion.
Oh, Ahsoka and Lando.
Yep. I can't wait for the new Ahsoka, like the
Black
because remember
Series.
they announced the new Black Series Ahsoka from the Mandalorian. So that's
if they just got to actually release it, I'm trying to keep my eyes open for when they release it. The
Click on
pre-order
that.
on it.
I just love this wizard right here. He caught my attention. Let me go to him real quick. I really like this guy.
Holy cow, that is awesome.
That looks great. Look, he's got his little bags. Book. He's got the book and everything.
Yeah, click through the
Wow. Hold on, I missed one guy.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh man, that is awesome.
This dude looks good.
Oh yeah, that dude looks awesome too. Holy cow.
That right here, he'll wreck your world up.
Yeah, he will. He looks like it.
These are really good. These are really well made toys.
Look at the horse. Oh, the horse is like skin's peeling and stuff. Look at the size of that blue guy in the back. He's huge. Yep. More figures that I want and can't have.
Look, I mean, that picture right doesn't do him justice until you see him. Until you see him right here, yeah, he's huge.
I think to get everything, it was like $500
Yikes!
to get all the figures, the horse, and all the accessories and stuff.
Ooh, boy.
All right, you ready for toy hauls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm so ready to show off my non-toys. Because the only thing I got,
so
really, my wife.
Start.
Well, I was going to say my wife got this, and she didn't. I mean, it's kind of a haul, but she ordered this from Scentsy. She does like the waxes and stuff like that. So it smells good. Well, apparently they had these. She was saying she had got this thing called a Scentsy Buddy or something, and I was like, well, that's such a waste of money. Why would you get that? And so this comes in the mail, and I thought it was going to be like this little thing that was like this. It turned out to be this big plush, this big Sebastian plush. I mean, he's big. He's a big size. And what it is he comes with like in his belly, it's like soft because like it's a big. I mean, it's a really well made. This is like something you would buy in the Disney parks, kind of big plush, really well detailed. But it's got this like cool little like, stitching thing here. But anyway, so what it is though is this pouch. You can unzip this here, unzip this, and there's like a little smelling pouch here. So this actually smells really really good. Smells like I don't know, some sort of sweet smell. No, it smells like some sort of air freshener. It smells really, really good. But yeah, that's all I got.
I like the smell of cooked crab. It smells delicious.
Yeah, it does.
Awesome. Would not agree with that, but
yeah, I know. No seafood for him.
So who wants to go next? Me or Ashley?
I'll go.
Okay. All right.
So, a while back I talked about how I ordered this subscription set to build on Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
So I got the first piece in. This was the helmet.
It's a good little indicator for the size.
Yeah, wow, it's actually massive. Pretty big.
Is it heavy?
Yes, it's got some weight to it.
Ooh, does the helmet open up?
Ooh.
Yeah. The foot is huge too. I mean, it's really this is all metal. Well, this one piece is plastic. But like you could see on the bottom, it does light up. There's a button here. I don't have a battery for it yet. You just hit the button and the thrusters light up on the thing.
So which mark does this make? Is this the Mark III that it makes?
Yeah, the Mark III. So today I got a box and I got 4 more things to put together. So you see it comes all in pieces like this.
Oh, so you have to put those together, the individual pieces, and then you put it all together.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So I think I got like a hand, one hand, the chest, the arc reactor in the chest.
Ooh.
Some other little pieces. I don't know. This is like four separate shipments. I'm anxious to see how many shipments are going to be, so I can see how much this thing total cost me.
So how much does this subscription cost?
It's like $12.99 per shipment.
Okay.
I mean, the first 2, I think you get like the first one for like $3 and the next one for $7. And then after that, it's $12.99 a pop.
Okay.
Then I ordered a few of the new Age of Apocalypse figures, Iceman, which looks pretty.
Bobby Drake.
Yep. Looks pretty cool. I love that blue color
Translucent.
plastic. Yep. And I got Rogue.
Nice.
I got Marvel's Rogue as opposed to DC's Rogue. Yeah. And I got one more. Oh, something fell. Cyclops.
Ooh, Cyclops.
Long
Yep.
hair
So,
Cyclops.
so I'm missing Magneto, Sabretooth, Shadowcat, and Legion because I definitely want to build this ginormous Colossus over here. Over here. Over there. And then I got just a couple more things here. Oh, never mind. I did pick up this guy from GameStop because I had my $5 from being a pro member. So it really cost me like $5 for this figure, which is good. Yeah, that's a good deal. And then hang tight.
Hang tight.
On my
I can hold that.
quest to rebuild my Toy Biz Marvel collection. Picked up Medusa from the Fantastic Four. Hang on. I picked up Cannonball. Yep. Loving that.
Cool.
Loving that Cannonball. I got the clear Invisible Woman. Yeah, you can hardly see her. And I picked up a Human Torch figure.
Ooh.
Yep, so I'm slowly rebuilding my 90s Toy Biz collection. We'll see how far that goes.
I want to see him do like the Marvel figures. I want to see him do the movie or the first movie version of Cyclops. Like the first
James
X-Men
Marsden's thing. Yeah.
I mean, I like the sequel as well. Like I like his look because they scaled down the
size of the visor
thing and the visor is smaller.
Yeah.
I actually like the big visor, like the one that kind of goes over the ears and stuff. It kind of gave me the OG, like the old cartoon vibe, the 90s cartoon vibe. But anyway, I would love to get a Cyclops from Cyclops and Wolverine wearing their suits from the first movie was really cool, and a Toad.
With that impossible leather that they made them wear, like they could barely move. Wasn't that actually happening a lot when they were filming? With movement, like the costumes would constantly like rip and stuff from the movement.
Yeah,
I remember like they were really, really like stiff to wear.
Yeah,
like extremely stiff. But
and that's my haul for the week. 2 weeks.
Oh, here's mine. So after playing the Avengers game, it kind of really got in. I ended up getting this Captain America from the Marvel Avengers.
From the game. Yep. I need that one. Yep.
I like the design of it. I know people like hated on it because of the kind of the flak jacket look he has. But I like it. It works, because it's its own thing without trying to just ape the movie. It's different enough. And the other one, after I saw the movie, I ended up loving the character so much. I got him on the spot. I got Shangji.
No, Shangji.
Really great face sculpt. I love the face sculpt on it. Although
all the figures I've been seeing from that line look good.
Yeah, his ears.
I like that pose too, man. I like that.
Oh yeah, he comes with extra hands with different poses, so you can kind of give him some pretty cool poses to do.
I
would like to have. Do they have a figure of Michelle Yeoh's character? I want her. I would like a figure of her.
I think the only ones they made from the movie were Shang-Chi and Wenwu, I think, are the only ones. Is that right? And his sister. Okay.
Death Dealer.
Jialong. Oh God, I forgot. Jialong?
Yeah, Jialong or something.
Yeah, and Death Dealer, yeah.
And
who got
Katie.
Oh, they made a character of her.
It was a Target exclusive. Yeah, Target exclusive in her dragon armor thing.
Oh yeah, the cool. Yeah. Okay, cool.
And it came with the little butt animal, butt face animal.
Morris,
yeah.
What did? Okay, yeah. So that's man. I kind of want to get that Wenwu. I've thought about it, but I didn't realize there were all the other characters that they had made. I forgot about the Death Dealer because you got the Death Dealer, didn't you, Ashley? I saw that.
Yeah, I got that whole wave just so I could build Mr. Hyde.
Oh wow,
He's huge. Yeah.
he is.
Yeah,
huge.
I have
Good
one of his
God.
legs, I think.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, that's a cool little I was impressed by the face sculpts for those. I'll say Hasbro's been really up in their game with their face sculpting for these just $20 figures. They've been doing a really good job.
That digital scan sticker thing that they do instead of painting now.
Yeah, but also just the sculpt looks the sculpt alone looks just great. Yeah. So that's pretty much my haul. Just those two figures. Costco probably in the next episode. Probably some other stuff that are pre-ordered because apparently they're going to be dropping at once coming up with the end of the month coming.
Well, took his face off.
Oh, that's so cool. So you can take the helmet thing off.
Well, actually, it's a magnet.
That's what I was thinking. If it was like magnet, that would be really cool.
A lot of it is magnets, just because it's a lot of metal pieces. That's why it's so freaking heavy.
One quick little thing we never really got to discuss. Did both of you see the latest Spider-Man No Way Home trailer?
Oh yeah!
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah!
No,
I'm ready.
Interesting reveals that they've had in that. And then, so did you notice I think they had it edited out of the trailer after people caught it. Did you notice the moment where the lizard was kicked in the face by an invisible force?
Yeah, I didn't see it during the thing. I didn't notice it, but afterwards, when everybody was talking about it,
yeah. So it's one of those moments where Sony's doing their little trick where they edit Spider-Man. In this case, they edit one out completely out of the shot so that you don't see him. Or two.
Yeah.
It makes me think all the way back to the very first Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire, where they had basically reskinned Spider-Man to be in his regular costume to hide the wrestling suit so that you didn't get to see it. And, until, it was a later reveal, the proto suit he wears.
I didn't realize that.
Go back and watch the very first one because you can see you'll see the moments where he's doing the crawling, where he's getting, his first urgent crawl, where he's really kind of getting used to crawling. When he's going after Uncle Ben's killer, right after it's happened, he finds out where he is. He starts crawling along the walls. When you watch the original trailer, he's just wearing the Spider-Man suit. And you'll see a lot of stunts, you'll see shots from stunts in that whole sequence where he's just the regular Spider-Man suit. And it's because they had basically just reskinned that model with that suit so that they could hide, so they didn't give it away, which is pretty cool. Because I remember being shocked when I saw the movie. I was like, I remember him just wearing the Spider-Man suit when I was watching this. This was really cool. So yeah. Spider-Man's coming.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited for it because I like the Electro design, like the way they're doing the electric, coming out of his face and all that. It looks like from the games and stuff like that I've played.
Someone pointed out something pretty interesting too, because it looks kind of like his suit is like a mixture of two different things. It looks very similar to Whiplash's suit.
I was going to say, isn't it Stark technology?
You can see a Stark react. Yeah, you can see an arc reactor up there. It looks exactly like the model he wears in, I think, Iron Man 2 with the upside down triangle. It's up here, in the armor.
And Doc Ock looks like he gets a little bit of Stark tech on his tentacles too. In the trailer, they turn red on the sides. Got.
I'm very curious about how this plot's going to play out, or if it's going to be anything that they're just going to, if it's going to be anything that's explained, or if it's just going to be little Easter egg stuff to catch.
Yeah,
guess we'll find out. I'm excited for that. We got some interesting stuff coming at the end of the year. I'm kind of excited for a lot of it. Hawkeye's tomorrow too.
That movie and Ghostbusters were two I was ready to see. Mm-hmm. So now that I've one has pleased me, I hope that the Spider-Man movie does the same thing. I'm really excited to see it.
Yep. And on the TV side of things, tomorrow we got Hawkeye starting, and then also in December, I think right after Hawkeye ends, we're gonna get Book of Boba Fett.
Yep. So, and I'll say before we go, if people aren't watching Yellowstone this season, oh my God.
We still haven't finished season 3. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's this season. This season's just such a good like follow up to the last season. It's it's good.
I feel terrible because I'm the one who got you into it, and I'm so behind in the show now. I've got to go back.
I hadn't seen any
it's a good show. It's a good. I love Taylor Sheridan. Like anything he does, I'm game to watch and try. And there have been a couple of slips, like Those Who Wish Me Dead wasn't up to his typical caliber. But I'll also put that on that it wasn't an original story he did. But he's a good one. Like if you catch something he's done, you'll see good movies. Hell or High Water, Wind River, Sicario 2.
Wheel of Time came out too.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say I want to watch that.
I just hadn't had time to do it.
Cowboy Bebop. I'm on episode 5. I've really enjoyed that. I know it's zany and it's not as like it's not exactly like the original. Like the original
King 2.
Which one?
I said Tiger King 2. That's out.
I got The Search for More Clout.
Yeah,
Masters of the Universe Revelation season 2.
Or I think it's like the second part of season 1 or something.
Something like that. Yeah, it just came out. I got to get Netflix again before I can watch it.
So,
alrighty,
I guess that's it.
Well, Sebastian, can you say goodbye to the nice fans? Goodbye. All right, guys. I hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Y'all gonna eat good food. You gonna eat crab?
We're gonna eat crabs.
Well, you're not.
Good.
We're gonna get crabs.
Look at him. You dip him in a pot. Like, oh. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good holiday and eat lots of food. Hug all your loved ones. And don't eat crabs. Just
don't
get lots
get crabs.
of toys. Don't eat crabs.
Don't get crabs.
And don't get crabs.
Yeah,
don't eat them and don't get them.
Yeah, that's right.
Just avoid crabs altogether.
Yeah.
They taste horrible and they itch.
Your mouth?
Later days.
That toy life. To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy